People ask me the number one skill that I think an agency owner should have or develop in order to build a $1 million agency that can run without them. And lots assume that I'll say something like it's sales or marketing, or you got to be really good at finance or designing your packages, or you have to pick the really right niche. It's none of those things. So what is it? I think it's your ability to build and grow a team. So let's face it, if you're going to reach $1 million in revenue in your agency, you're probably not going to be doing it by yourself. Now, I'm sure there are exceptions out there, but I don't know anybody that's reached that size of business on their own and been a happy person to be around. Now, there are plenty of skills an agency owner needs to have in order to build a strong business, but none of those things are as important when compared to the ability to build and keep a team. So I'm going to give you 5 ideas of the things that I've learned about building a team and how it impacts being able to build an amazing agency. Number 1, understand that even if you're a team of 1, you already have a team. Even if you're working all by yourself, understand that your company already has many different roles. It's just that you fill all of them. For me, it was mind-blowing when I realized that my company had a designer and a coder and a server manager and a salesman and a digital ads expert and an accountant and a janitor. It's just that I held all those roles. Viewing your agency this way will help you identify when it's time to put somebody else's name under that role. Number 2, know when it's time to start building your team. Agency owners get trapped by the success of their business. Bringing in someone to help with the management of your client projects will free up your time to help you focus on sales. Now, if the idea of handing off client projects to someone else seems crazy or hard, then there is something that you can do about it. Number 3, hire for skills you know how to do, not ones you're trying to obtain. It can be tempting to hire someone to do a job that you don't know how to do or just don't like to do. That was my story. I wanted so badly to find someone to do the sales for me because I was more comfortable with building websites. After all, that's why I got into the business. But it would have been a huge mistake for me to hire a role that I didn't know how to do or how to manage. The thing is, I knew I could hire and train and manage another person who could build websites and manage client projects because I knew that stuff so well. But if you had had me hire someone to do sales, I wouldn't have had the first idea about how to manage them to succeed. All I knew about sales was that I just kind of knew how to do it, but managing someone else would have been a totally different story. Number 4, make training and coaching one of your top priorities and passions. If you want a business that can run without you, you need to make training and coaching your passion. You need to get good at helping them learn how to be good at their job. When you're making your first hire, you're probably not going to start by hiring a highly paid A-level rock star. The truth is, I think that you never should, but that's a story for another time. The benefit of hiring a solid team member that isn't already super qualified and experienced is that you get to craft and mold them into the perfect person for the job. What you save in wages, you'll pay for in training and coaching, but that's totally worth it. Number 5, be willing to have uncomfortable conversations. Tim Ferriss says that a person's success in life can be measured by the number of uncomfortable conversations he or she is willing to have. Building a team can be messy. You're dealing with human emotions after all. We're not robots. Being willing to help your team have the perspective that they need to improve themselves and your company is a critical skill. This is something that keeps agencies from hiring a team in the first place. Know that when you give your team feedback, and sometimes in the form of an uncomfortable conversation, that you're really doing right by your company. Now, these are the lessons that I wish I would have understood going into growing my team. Now, in a lot of ways, I feel like these are lessons that I'm still learning and relearning all the time. If you want an agency that can run without you, if you want an agency that will scale to big numbers in order to create the time and financial freedom that comes along with it, then growing your skills and building a team is where you want to focus.